Have you ever seen something moving out of the corner of your eye, but when you turned your head, there was nothing there? This has happened to me, and when I realized what was really going on, I knew it wasn't just my imagination. Very few people truly understand what this means, but today, I'm going to tell you, and after this, you'll never see those shadows the same way again. Your eyes can deceive you. I'm going to prove it right now. Fix your gaze on the blue eye in the center of the image on the screen. Don't blink. Don't look away under any circumstances. No matter what happens, don't break eye contact with that blue eye. In just a few moments, I'm going to ask you to look at your hand, the wall, and the ceiling. Everything will start moving. A strange sensation. Now I'm going to count down, and when I reach 0, you'll look at your hand, the wall, and the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Now, look around. What do you see? Everything is moving, isn't it? The same pattern from the image is still there, even though it's already gone. This happens because your brain holds on to the image for a few seconds, projecting something that isn't actually there anymore. Now think about this. If your eyes can create images that don't exist, could they also ignore images that are actually there? Science explains that our peripheral vision doesn't capture details, only shapes and movement. That's why shadows, reflections, and even fatigue can play tricks on your mind, making you see something that seems real, but isn't. But what if it happens multiple times? And what if, besides seeing it, your body also feels something different? A chill, a sense of discomfort, the clear feeling that something is there, watching you. Many believe these shadows are just illusions. Others know that what they saw was real. And now, here's the most important question. What if what you saw wasn't just a trick of the mind? Throughout history, different cultures have tried to explain what it means to see shadows moving without an apparent source. While science talks about optical illusions and flaws in peripheral vision, many spiritual traditions believe this could be a sign of something beyond our physical understanding. What could this represent spiritually? Residual spiritual energies. In indigenous shamanism and Kardecist spiritism, it is believed that places can retain the energies of past events. These shadows could be spiritual echoes of significant occurrences, manifestation of spirits. In Tibetan Buddhism, it is believed that some souls can become trapped between planes, appearing briefly to those with heightened spiritual perception. Interdimensional phenomenon. Some esoteric and occult traditions believe that our world is constantly intersecting with other dimensions, and what we perceive as shadows could actually be entities or beings moving through these unseen layers. Signs of a spiritual awakening. In practices like Hinduism and Spiritism, seeing shadows can be interpreted as the awakening of extrasensory perception, an indication that someone is developing a greater sensitivity to the spiritual world. If these were merely tricks of the mind, why do so many cultures around the world report such similar experiences? But understanding the spiritual meaning behind these shadows is one thing. A much more intriguing question is discovering who or what is truly behind these appearances. Explanations vary, but there are 3 main interpretations of what these shadows really are. In Kardecist spiritism, these shadows could be disembodied spirits trying to manifest. Some are simply bound to a place, while others attempt to communicate with the living. Some branches of occultism and demonology speak of shadow people, beings described as watchers who observe humans without being easily detected. Some reports claim these entities appear whenever someone is about to go through significant life changes. In Christianity and Islam, there are accounts of spiritual presences known as demons or jinn, which manifest as shadows. Many of these beliefs suggest that such entities can influence emotions, thoughts, and even entire environments. How can you tell if the presence is neutral or negative? If it's just an occasional visual manifestation, it may be related to environmental energies. If it happens repeatedly and is accompanied by mood swings, insomnia, or fatigue, it could indicate a spiritual influence. If it comes with strange, dreams, or a sense of oppression, it might be a sign of a malevolent presence. Now here's the question no one can ignore. If this is happening to you, what can you do to protect yourself? The right approach depends on the cause of these appearances. However, there are spiritual practices, rituals, and environmental changes that can help keep these presences away. Ignore or confront. Not every shadow means something negative. In some traditions, like Shamanism and Kardecist Spiritism, it is believed that certain appearances are just passing energies and pose no danger. But if the feeling is recurring, accompanied by discomfort or fear, then ignoring it may not be the best option. In many religions, such as Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, prayer is considered one of the most effective forms of spiritual protection. In Christianity, Psalm 91 is often used as a shield against negative influences. In Islam, reciting verses from the Quran, such as Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas, is believed to ward off jinn and malevolent spiritual entities. In Hinduism, chanting mantras like the Maha Mantra, Har Krishna, or the Gayatri Mantra can purify the environment and strengthen spiritual energy. If these presences are negative, maintaining a routine of prayer and spiritual connection can create a protective barrier. Besides spiritual protection, the space where you live can influence these manifestations. In Spiritism and Umbanda, burning herbs like rue and rosemary is recommended to clear negative energies. In Shamanism, white sage or Palo Santo is burned to purify heavy environments. In Feng Shui, the arrangement of furniture and the energy flow within a space can affect its vibration, making it more harmonious and protected. Keeping a clean, airy space, free of objects with heavy emotional energy, can reduce the frequency of these appearances. Practices like meditation and visualization can help create an energetic shield. In esotericism, visualizing a white light surrounding your body is a technique to block negative spiritual influences. In shamanism, connecting with nature, such as walking barefoot on the earth or bathing in a river, helps cleanse accumulated energies. 3. More balanced your energy is, the harder it will be for any spiritual presence to connect with you. If none of this works and the appearances become more frequent or intense, it may be a sign that something greater is at play. In such cases, seeking spiritual guidance may be necessary. In Catholicism, using holy water and seeking a priest's blessing may help. In Spiritism, a spiritist center can provide specific guidance. When this happened to me, I called upon the name of the Lord Jesus, and the strange feeling disappeared after seeing shadows out of the corner of my eye. The most important thing is not to feed the fear. The more fear and attention you give to these presences, the more power they may gain over you. And now comes the final question. What does all of this mean for you? What you saw wasn't just a coincidence. There are things that can't be explained, and there are things that don't need to be. The question isn't what it was, but why you saw it. And from now on, you'll never look at these shadows the same way again. If you've ever experienced this, share your story in the comments. I want to know what you saw. And if this video made sense to you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future content. Now click on the video appearing on the screen. It's just as fascinating. A big hug, and may God bless you and your family.